everyone, and welcome to Top Think. Today we're going to learn about 10 signs you're smarter than most people. Now, let's begin. Number 1, underestimating intelligence. How do smart people perceive their own intelligence? Even though intelligent people perform above average, they frequently underestimate their own intelligence. They're often terrible judges of their own abilities. You might be in the top 99%, but you rarely see yourself as anyone special. On the other hand, people with below-average intelligence frequently overestimate their abilities. They don't listen to the opinions or ideas of more experienced individuals because they're convinced that they know everything, but they couldn't be further from the truth. So how do you perceive your intelligence? Are you the smartest person you know, or do you feel like you've got a lot to learn? If you identify with the latter, then you may be a lot smarter than you realize. Number 2. Natural gifts. Do new things come naturally to you? Highly intelligent people are remarkably flexible. They can apply their intelligence to almost any subject, and they can outperform the majority of people without trying very hard. So if you're more intelligent than most, then trying hard has never been part of your job description. When others are cramming, worrying, and pulling all-nighters, you skate by without thinking twice. You may feel like you're coasting through life, relying on your natural intelligence and good instincts to find success. Now, while that does give you an advantage over the rest of the world, natural intelligence doesn't always work in your favor. For example, some intelligent people don't know how to work hard. Most things come easily to you, so you never learned how to invest time and effort into the goals that you want to achieve. When you encounter a real challenge, something that doesn't happen naturally, you may not know what to do. You may feel scared, insecure, or defensive. You may run away from opportunities or undermine your own success because you're afraid of trying or failing. So if this sounds familiar, then you may be one of the select few people for whom life comes pretty easily. But that doesn't mean you should sit back and relax. Instead, force yourself to work hard and achieve loftier goals. Don't settle for the easy road, because you might discover resting on your laurels isn't as satisfying as you thought. Number 3. Extreme concentration. What happens when you're fully invested in a project? Can you pour all your attention into a single activity? This is a common habit of highly intelligent people. When you're interested or invested in something, you can concentrate for hours, tuning out the rest of the world. Your brain becomes hyper-focused and it blocks out all distractions. In this hyper-focused state, you do your best work. You become totally immersed, giving your brain the opportunity to make powerful connections and engage with your passions in a unique way. When you do finally stop, you may feel exhausted or empty, like a car that's run out of gas. You may feel like you just woke up from a trance or a lucid dream, but it wasn't a dream, it was a state of hyper-concentration, which allows the most intelligent people to push their intellectual boundaries. So if you can concentrate for hours at a time, immersing yourself in your projects and passions, there's a good chance that you're more intelligent than most. Number 4. Intellectual humor. Do smarter people have a better sense of humor? In a 2010 study from the journal Intelligence, researchers tested whether intelligent people are funnier on average. In this study, participants were asked to write clever captions for a comic in a newspaper. Their captions were given to a panel of judges who decided which captions were the funniest. It turns out the funniest captions were written by the participants with the highest IQs. Now, most people don't realize how intellectual comedy really is. Funny people need to think on their feet, creating accessible metaphors and finding comedic value in everyday situations. Comedy requires a strong vocabulary, abstract reasoning skills, and refined verbal intelligence. In other words, making a joke isn't as simple as it seems. That's why smarter people have a more developed sense of humor. People with lower IQs can be funny too, but if you're a regular comedian, you're more than likely smarter than you realize. Number 5. Finding purpose. Intelligent people spend their lives chasing lofty goals and big ideas. If you're smarter than most, you have a strong sense of direction in life. In other words, you know what you want, you know what you're passionate about, and you're not afraid to pursue those passions to the best of your ability. Concrete goals and strong passions are very common among the most intelligent people. To put it simply, intelligent people spend more time learning about and exploring their interests, which helps them discover purpose and meaning in their lives. Now, of course, that meaning is not always scientific or overtly intellectual. Many intelligent people dedicate their lives to creative pursuit, community outreach, or the betterment of the world at large. Even though intelligent people can walk a variety of paths, they share a consistent dedication to their passions. You may not have everything figured out, you may spend your life trying to answer big impossible questions, but you do know what you want, and you have the drive to see it through. Number 6. Considering consequences. Do you make calculated decisions? Intelligent people struggle with spontaneity. They make lists and create complicated plans. They weigh the pros and the cons of everything they do, so they rarely make impulsive decisions. Because intelligent people understand how their actions affect their lives, they consider short and long-term rewards. They think about how their decisions will affect their lifestyles, their happiness, and their personal development. So if you're a planner, a list maker, and a careful disciplinarian, you may be more intelligent than you think. You carefully control your decisions, and you think through the possibilities because you have a sharp mind and you're not afraid to use it. Number 7. Sleeping right. Are intelligent people early birds or night owls? Well, this debate's been going on for decades. Some studies show that early birds are more productive and motivated. Others say that night owls are more creative and innovative. All these traits are advantageous for intelligent people. So, what's the answer? Do smart people wake up early or go to bed late? The answer is both and neither. The most intelligent people aren't early birds or night owls. Instead, they pay attention to their natural rhythm and they maintain a sleep schedule that works for their individual brains. So if you're hyper-creative in the evenings, sleeping late may work better for your brain. On the other hand, if you're productive and energetic in the mornings, you should adjust your schedule accordingly. Because intelligence isn't decided by when you wake up or go to bed, it's a product of your brain's ability to perform. By creating a sleep schedule that fits your individual brain, you maximize your brain power and you prove to yourself just how intelligent you are. Number 8. Constant questions. Do you frustrate people with your never-ending questions? Are you always asking for more details or better explanations? Highly intelligent people can't stop asking questions. You always want to know more, and you can always think of something you don't know. Many people believe asking questions is a sign of stupidity. People avoid asking questions because they don't want to admit how much they don't know. But asking questions doesn't make you stupid or ignorant. In fact, asking questions is one of the most common signs of greater intelligence. Smarter than average people aren't afraid to address their shortcomings. They understand how much they don't know because they make an active effort to learn more about the world. Number 9. Infrequent boredom. Intelligent people are rarely bored. You're never lacking something to do or searching for some activity to occupy your mind. You're always reading or watching or creating something. You have a long list of goals that you want to accomplish and not enough time to accomplish them all. In other words, boredom doesn't really suit your lifestyle. You like to throw yourself into difficult situations or take intellectual risks because you're constantly curious. You love to learn and you seek inspiration around every corner. So you're never wondering how to spend your time. There may be some days when you lack motivation. Smart people can be lazy too, but there's a big difference between laziness and boredom. Even when you're lacking energy or motivation, smart people always have something on their minds. Number 10. Emotional depth. Is empathy a sign of intelligence? It takes a lot of brain power to walk in another person's shoes. To be empathetic, you need emotional intelligence. You need a strong emotional vocabulary and a firm understanding of how people express their emotions. Alright, let's say someone you know gets angry at you. They raise their voice, maybe they say something hurtful. People with low emotional intelligence take their anger at face value. They see anger, so they project anger right back at them. But highly intelligent people understand more complex emotions. They recognize that surface-level feelings aren't always what they seem to be. Outwardly, someone may express anger, but that anger could represent deeper insecurities or fears. Using your emotional intelligence, you can understand what's really affecting someone, and that way you can empathize with their experiences. So if you're more intelligent than most, then you actively seek a deeper understanding of the people in your life. You have a sixth sense for emotional turmoil. You pick up on subtle cues and you notice changes in body language, all of which increase your emotional intelligence. Empathy may not be the most obvious signal of high intelligence. It's not always intellectual or academic, but understanding people and the way they feel may be the most valuable skill set of all. Hey, thank you for watching Top Think, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.